I was in school, I visited a drug user rehabilitation center. I remember the walls were covered with dirt, foot and handprints, and the horrible smell of the little dungeons was something I wanted to forget in a hurry. And then came Pengasih, and the memories of that visit came back. But the moment I stepped into Pengasih, I was completely surprised. Pengasih is like a resort. It is like an outbound camp. But this is also a rehab center. A rehab center with a difference. And the difference is that it is run by ex-addicts. Those who know what addicts go through, the pain and emotional turmoil they have to bear with to feed an addiction. Counselors and para-counselors are all former addicts. Even the co-founder and its president, President Yunus Pathi, was once substance dependent.
Because most of us are suffered from this addiction. We know how pain it is. We know how hurt it is. By giving, by helping, we feel good. We can help other people. I guess this is the unique of Pengasih, because all of us, majority of us, are recovering drug users. Our organization, we focus on giving a service that will help the members. One of the services is very important, is a treatment and rehabilitation.
Modality that we are using is called the biopsychosocial and spiritual modality, where we focus on the biological and physiological aspect of the person, the psychological aspect of the person, the social aspect of the person, and also the spiritual aspect of the person. And through seminars, lectures, motivations, religious classes, group counseling, individual counseling, recreation activities, through all those, focusing on the psychological damage, the physiological or biological damage, social damage, and also spiritual damage.
The Rumah Pengasih system is based on models from other rehabilitation centers around the world, including faith-based models. They follow the minimum standards set by the relevant United Nations office.
So we have adopt and all this modality around the world. You name it, AA, NA, therapeutic community, or faith-based modality. We blend, we become our own, called Rumah Pengasih, Pengasih modality.
As in most non-governmental organizations, the main challenge for Pengasih is money. The cost of running Rumah Pengasih is 50,000 ringgit per month to care for 150 clients. So where do they get the fundings? Clients who can afford to pay for the program do so, while there are individual donors who contribute funds for Pengasih.
But thank God, I don't know how it's happened, but it's happened. We surviving for 22 years now, and then we still expand our program, not only in Malaysia but in other countries in Asia. A lot of people come and help. So for that reason, I'm very grateful.
Keeping to the adage that an idle mind is the devil's workshop, the residents are kept fully occupied from early morning to the evening, and even their weekends are occupied with extracurricular activities.
Tiap-tiap hari mereka ni akan bangun pagi untuk solat subuh. Selepas solat subuh kita ada taklim subuh, and then dia akan turun, salin pakaian, dan mereka akan buat house chore, kebersihan rumah lah. And then 7:30 dia pergi breakfast. Lepas breakfast dia akan masuk pre-morning meeting. Dalam pre-morning meeting ni mereka akan buat isu dan dia akan ditapis oleh Mayor of the Day, Coordinator dan Chief. 8:30 dalam morning meeting dia akan gembar-gemburkan isu yang dia buat dalam pre-morning meeting, dan dalam morning meeting juga ada announcement, ada pull up, ada awareness macam-macam. Dalam departmental meeting ni mereka akan diagih-agihkan daripada department masing-masing. Dalam department masing ada ketua jabatan, ada penolong ketua jabatan, ada koordinator. Mereka akan menanyakan how do you feel today. Lepas tu koordinator akan agih-agihkan kerja lah, department akan agih-agihkan kerja, dan mereka akan masuk work function masing-masing. Pada departmental meeting mereka akan masuk kelas fardu ain, especially for the Muslim lah. And then dalam kelas Fardu Ain ni mereka akan diajarkan the basic knowledge of Islam. Pukul 11 mereka akan masuk induction group. Dalam induction group ini orang-orang baru tu akan diberitahu do and don't, apa tanggungjawab induksi, and then the jargon, the tool of the house, macam-macam. And then pukul 12 mereka akan masuk dalam afternoon wrap up. Koordinator, chief akan wrap up apa yang mereka feeling, tanggungjawab yang mereka lalu daripada pukul 9.30 tu hingga pukul 12. And then lepas tu petang bergantung pada hari. Kalau hari Isnin kita ada encounter group, sokong bantu. Dalam encounter group ni mereka mendesak perubahan antara satu sama lain dan juga meluahkan perasaan ketidakpuasan hati antara satu sama lain. Hari Selasa pukul 2 pula group work. And then hari Rabu kita ada seminar. Hari Khamis kita ada dynamic group. Hari Jumaat kita half day, mereka akan buat kebersihan dalam dorm. Kadang-kadang kita buat intellectual punya debating, whatever lah. Hari Sabtu kita ada Saturday night activity. Saturday night activity ni kita tengoklah, kadang-kadang kita ada karaoke night, kita ada disco night, kita ada unplug night, kita ada berbalas pantun, kita ada psychodrama, kita ada live band. Hari Minggu is a off day. Petang hari Minggu tu kita akan adakan weekend wrap up. Itulah aktiviti yang dijalankan. Kadang-kadang orang tanya kenapa aktiviti penuh? Ya, sebab guna dadah mereka, kepala mereka tak boleh kosong. Mereka kena dipenuhkan dengan aktiviti-aktiviti supaya mereka tak boring. Itu akan menyibukkan pemikiran mereka.
Over the years, Pengasih's success has reached foreign shores, and now there are clients from the Middle East, Pakistan, Singapore, and Indonesia. We got to meet 3 of them. Hi Alia, what makes you come over here to Pengasih?
I was tricked. That's how I came here.
So what happened when you found out that it wasn't actually a holiday?
I was shocked. I was angry. I was going through different emotions, but yeah, I had to make an acceptance.
So how long have you been here in Pengasih?
8 months now.
8 months. So how does your emotion change? You know, at first you were shocked, you were frustrated, but how do you feel about this place now?
I feel fine while I'm at this place. I've went through it. You know, I went through all the phases, went through everything, the seminars, the group works, the counseling, and it does actually change the way you think. Yeah, so there might be days you might go through different types of emotions throughout the day. You might be sad in the morning, you'd be happy towards the end. But it's just as soon as you know that you've done something good for yourself, you start to feel better about yourself. And keep opening up, because I was very insecure about sharing before. So now I'm very open about sharing about how I feel. So that causes actually less problems.
Is there any message you would like to send across to drug addicts who are still out there?
Here locally, if they do get the experience of being in Rumah Pengasih, they should really appreciate it, because this experience is one of the experiences we will never get in other therapeutic centers or any rehabilitation centers, and it does change. It's changed.
All right, thank you, Alia. Hello, Budi.
Hai.
Apakah sebab-sebab Budi memilih untuk datang ke Pengasih?
Pada awalnya, dulu sebetulnya susah untuk datang ke sini karena memang pada saat itu masih terpengaruh dengan dadah. Ya. Jadi ada penolakan dalam diri saya. Pada awalnya memang orang tua saya memaksa untuk datang ke sini. Waktu itu saya tetap menolak. Tapi pada akhirnya curious, saya penasaran sebetulnya seperti apa Rumah Pengasih. Saya datang dengan kemauan saya sendiri di sini. Ada satu hal yang menarik bagi saya. Sebelum ini saya ditreatment oleh seorang dokter dan itu tidak berhasil. Tetapi begitu sampai di sini saya tahu ternyata treatment di sini berbeda. Treatment di sini treatment resident itu yang membuat saya menarik. Karena resident dia mengalami hal yang sama dengan saya. Jadi apa yang saya rasakan mereka pun merasakan. Jadi mereka paham akan saya. Di situ saya mulai tertarik untuk datang ke sini.
Hi Abdullah, can you tell us more how did you end up here in Pengasih?
After the last time I left the rehab I was in before I came here in Saudi Arabia, and my family got fed up because of my long and turbulent history, in relapsing, going in and out of jail, in and out of rehab centers. So they made this plan with my brother who was already studying here in KL. So when I came here for about a month, I stayed with him, and my cousin who was with me were trying to convince me to go see a counselor, see rehab, to stop using drugs again. One day they set up this unexpected appointment with the counselors from here, from Rumah Pengasih. Of course, that day I was completely high and drunk, so when these guys came, I was just left to face reality, I had no other choice, they were like, no, you have to join the program, you have to follow these guys. So I just accepted that and came here.
So how long have you been here in Pengasih?
I have been here, for 2 years. 1 year as a client, 1 year as a resident here under treatment, and now for almost 1 year as a staff with them.
So is there any message that you would like to send across to the drug addicts who are still out there right now?
To be grateful, that there's somebody out there who is still willing to lend a helping hand to them, So I hope that, what I hope from is that they put their pride aside for a while, because I know each person has his pride, but put your pride aside and know that everybody wants to change. So if you want to change, nobody has a dream of being a bad person for the rest of their life, but you can change, but you have to accept the helping hand that's extended to you. And you have to accept that each one of us needs support in their life and needs support to let go of these things, because it's not an easy task to let go of our addiction. So we do need the support, we do need the guidance, and we have to be grateful that people out there, maybe our families, rehab centers like here in Pengasih, still care and still are willing to help people without expecting much in return.
But last but not least, how do you envision Pengasih in future?
Pengasih, our future is not only treatment, but our future is training not only local, but Asian people. We want to pull all the resources. We want to call Asian to fight this drug abuse. Asian have their own modality. We Asian, we very strong with our own values and cultures. So my vision, one day we have this training center in Kuala Lumpur or in Malaysia.